Consistency is a topic that we've been talking about all night long. The Flyers in the last 2 months have just two-game winning streaks. Inconsistency from a win-loss standpoint. They win one, they lose one. That's a topic that has many of the players frustrated, including the captain, Eric Lindros. We sat down with him and we asked him about it.
Now the puck bounces away. Lindros.
Friday night, the Flyers had one of those games. Nothing they did went right. Meanwhile, the Sabres could do no wrong. In the end, the frustration of a pointless effort came to the fore. The second half of the season has been quite the challenge, particularly January, when the Flyers won just 2 of 10. The going has gotten tough. For the tough to get going, the captain has some advice.
Over the course of 82 games, you're going to go through highs and you're going to go through lows. But the biggest part is to keep your confidence, and that's something that at times I thought we lost. And if we would have kept it, we would have been out of that situation a lot quicker. But you know, people seem to jump on and off a bandwagon, and I think at times it affects some players, and it's just a matter of learning how to deal with it.
How does one lose confidence? When you say that, I think to myself, if I have a bad day on the air, I don't walk away saying I can't do this anymore. Is that what kind of happens when you lose confidence?
You lose a couple games, you know, you're not feeling good about yourself, you get into practice, you struggle a little bit with the puck in practice, things start to deteriorate. You know, when you're in the heat, you have to be mentally sharp. You have to be mentally strong to deal with those days. All days aren't going to be wonderful, all days aren't going to be beautiful, but you have to keep that confidence about yourself, and at times it's you underestimate how tough it is.
So it can be as simple as, because you're not scoring, you don't take the shot, you pass off because you don't have the confidence you can bury the puck?
Yeah, you make the easy, normally you make a nice little 5-foot sausage pass, piece of cake, next, you struggle with it. When you have the opportunity to do it. It's little things, but once you get skating and the less you focus on the negative, and the more you focus on, just going out and playing hockey and enjoying what you're doing, having that fun brought back into your game, brought back into your life, then, amazing things, they can occur.
It's one of the reasons why the...
Corkin to Lindros, fired it and scores! The Midas touch continues as Moog reacted very slowly. It went in over his shoulder. Even strength goal, but the Flyers are on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, you're always looking something to inspire your hockey club, whether it be a hit, a good rush. A goal will do just fine. You heard Hextall's stick banging on the ice, saying that the penalty was over. Lindros still remained on the point. Now, on this feed here, he's going to one-time it. See if we can pick up if there was a screen. No screen at all. Andy Moog just reacted very slowly to that shot from the point. So Eric Lindros has hit the 40-goal plateau for the 3rd time in his career.
Not so sure that Mike Lawler inadvertently didn't screen Moog, but certainly bounces to the corner. Marion Hatcher checked the puck to Lindros. Shot save, rebound, he scores! What a move in tight by the big guy. Make it 41 on the air, and it's 3-2.
That'll get you back in the game in a hurry. And you're going to see in the replay is right now the crowd is stunned here with the performance offensively of Eric Lindros. But it all started by some strong forechecking, both by LeClaire and Quinn. But Lindros follows up his original shot. He just bowled over one of the defensemen. Nobody did pick him up. And look at the move he makes here. Now, Andy Moog has never been a goaltender to use his stick in close. He might have thought about poke-checking Lindros there, but kept the stick right along the ice, close to his pads, and Lindros took advantage of that. So the score has been narrowed to 3-2, and Lindros has both Flyer goals.
Well, Gary, I'm literally across the parking lot from where you guys are, but it might as well be another world. Yep, the Flyers going to move into a new building next year. I'm in the middle of the beginnings of a new Core State Center, kind of the house that Eric Lindros built. A lot of teams moving into new buildings. Montreal Canadiens this week go into the new Molson Center. The Flyers come in here next year. This building, the cost, $210 million. The place you're in, the old Spectrum, that costs $6 million. By the way, $1 million less than what Wayne Gretzky will earn next year.
What a building.
Carpenter partially blocked it. Lindros! Save fade, where is it? Lindros scores! Eric Lindros another reason why Jacques Lemaire wants Scott Stevens out there. He's the best defensive defenseman. Eric Lindros had a chance to get his original shot and then get his rebound. The Flyers worked Eric Lindros onto the ice when Stevens was on the Devils bench, so the Devils do not have their matchup that they want. But there's the first shot, and Niedermeyer, number 27 for the Devils, just went and stood beside Eric Lindros, but he didn't take him. I mean, standing beside a player is one thing. With Eric Lindros, you got to have as many parts of his body tied up as you can, and Eric Lindros easily overpowered and surprised Scott Niedermeyer on the play, and the Flyers
dropped it back into the middle and got hit in the corner. Rolls back out to center. Zelepukin! Ooh! Lindros ducked him! Penalty coming up! And it's going to be on Philadelphia, and it may be on that hit.
I don't know, is it Chris Therien or is it Eric Lindros? Dvorsky looked like he was looking at Therien, but the arm went up as soon as Lindros nailed Zelepukin.
It is Eric Lindros who's going to go. He lifted him right off the ice in what looked like a pretty clean check.
Sure looked clean from here. That's why we have 37 replay machines, though. I mean, Eric looks dumbfounded. I mean, he looks like he was done wrong on this one. There's 25 in red. That's arms down. That's absolutely a clean check, and it was from the side. I mean, Eric is so strong. He took Zelepukin from the side and still created roadkill.
It's a charging call when you take 3 or more steps going after somebody, but he was on the puck, Zelepukin was. So it's a charging call on Lindros.
Our sport had better be prepared to allow hits like that to stand. I'll tell you why, because so many hits around the boards now are being called. Here's his reaction. There's his reaction to seeing the replay up on the big scoreboard here. But players are smart enough along the boards to turn their backs to the player that's coming in. They get a little bump and they get called. So a lot of the hitting has had to be taken out of the game, or at least it gets called around the boards. Those hits that are 10 feet, 15 feet from the boards that are clean had better be left in.
Well, they'll want the same rule they have in baseball. The officials union will.
Well, I don't think this team's realized its potential yet. I don't think we've really realized how good we can be. We've got some people playing roles that, you know, they're doing a good job at, but we can bring it all up at, you know, a higher level. You know, even our, you know, Johnny started scoring recently. You know, I'm going to start scoring. We've got to bring it to another level. There's a number of levels left to achieve, and I think if we start believing in ourselves more and realizing what we can accomplish, you know, the sky's the limit. Well, it's not like a tap where you can just turn it on and off. I think you know, it's a gradual experience where, you know, you slowly, you know, increase your play. You know, the whole idea of the drive is to, you know, improve the whole way through and to be at the top of your game heading into the playoffs. It's something that, you know, we're looking forward to accomplishing. I think we can do it. We have to start believing, you know, raising our expectations higher and believing that, you know, we can really compete with everyone and not just, you know, a game here or a game there, but through thick and thin. And, you know, when we do that, we're going to be real tough. Personally, I don't feel, you know, the pressure outside. I know what we can accomplish, and my expectations are generally higher than everybody else's. I think there's some guys in the team that, you know, like I was saying, you know, guys have to believe that, you know, we can do it. It's just, you know, you can talk about this, talk about that. It's a matter of going out and doing it. But certainly you know, some of the pressure from our city is, you know, I welcome it. I think it's great. It just goes to show that people have a lot of faith in you and think you can achieve, you know, a certain status. And, you know, I look forward to meeting those expectations. You know, I'm certainly not the only player that, you know, is having maybe at times a tough go with it. There's a lot of other power forwards in the league that are, you know, upset. You know, Brendan Shanahan, I know Keith Tkachuk has gone through a number of situations. But that's just the way it is when you have, you know, in the back of somebody's mind, if you're a power player, you're supposed to be able to take certain abuse. And when you do lay a big hit, well, you know, it just can't be natural. It can't happen. There should be a penalty there, which at times is, isn't correct. It's not the right call, but you know, nobody's perfect, and the referees are doing the best job that they can, and we'll go from there. It's the worst part of the business. I mean, first of all, you have to look at the trade, and we really improved our hockey club with that trade. But there's a personal side to every move that's made, and Craig was close to everybody on our hockey team. You know, I used to go over for pregame meals all the time. I mean, we roomed together. We had a lot of, you know, laughs together. We had a lot of times we went through some tough situations together. And you know, looking back at it, if I didn't play hockey, I wouldn't have the chance to make that friendship. You know, you can only control your own destiny, and getting up as high as we possibly can to the number one, and you know, everybody's goal is to achieve that status heading into the first round. We can't control what happens. You know, it could be a situation where we have 4 teams, you know, fighting for, you know, position 7 and 8, and you know, all 4 of them lose, and somebody else jumps in from 9th place to take the spot, and you know, you never know what's going to happen till the final buzzer goes at the end of the season, when the race is so tight.
Eric Lindros, his assist in that first period gives him a new